All right. Good evening. Guess what today is? Today is July 28th. This is our last week for qualification for One Star Director. I am so excited because we have some people. Now, granted, if this is you, I checked up until last Wednesday when I walked out the door to go to Orlando on the forms to see the people that had filled it out as of that date. So if you have turned in your forms since last Wednesday, I have not gotten to those yet. Though, so that'll be a hot second. I think I've got 18 Zooms tomorrow, so it'll be Wednesday. But if your name is on this list that I'm getting ready to share, Brent is going to drop you a check in the mail tomorrow. He'll be writing and mailing those out tomorrow. So on the form, before I left, Coral Allen was a brand new one-star director. Jamie Konzelman, Sam Casara, Sonia Rodriguez, Jody Jinks, Karen Vogel, Donna Balzac, Debbie Kelly, Lisa Rillo, Tamara Wilson, Dean Ash, Mark Ingstrom, Fiona Clark, and Anne. I think it's Anne Heitzelman. Anne or Annie Heitzelman. So those are the new one-star directors as of last Wednesday. So congratulations. And I know I did look at the form here just a second ago before I popped this up, and it looks like there's 4 or 5 more that have also turned in their forms. So I've got to look through those and double check everything. So that is exciting. So this is our last week for the qualification for one-star director. So if you are still working diligently at that, I'm sure last week's volume helped with our PIB promo that was taking place. We had, of course, those upgrades and those new enrollment packs keep in mind, that volume came in last week, but any extra bonuses you earned, they will be paid out within the next 30 days. So that was an exciting bump up to the volume here towards the end of July. And of course, we had our event this past weekend, which many of you were there for. And we're going to be diving deeper into that on our Wednesday night weekly business Zoom. So we have our about 25 minutes left. And we really just want to spend some time, seeing where you're at, how things are going for wrapping this up, what questions you have. For those of you that are, right there on that cusp, maybe, or even for those of you that are like, you know what, it's not going to happen. I'm not going to be able to pull this off in 6 days, but what do I need to do going forward, or what would be my next best step? So we really want to have that Q&A time. So I'm going to give you guys the ability to unmute if you want to ask your question, if that works for you. Just keep your phone or your computer muted if you aren't talking, if that works. All right, so who has a question?
Stacy, this is Carolyn. I have a question.
Okay, go for it, girl.
Okay, so I have several people that I brought in at Advanced, and they all did the 4 months X39, 4 months Eon, and most of them are like 2 months into their using the patches, and they're all seeing great results. And so now I'm looking at like, okay, they're not going to want to be in a mode to order for like another month, month and a half. But what do you do in situations like this? Is there certain things that because I'd like to introduce them to other patches, without being pushy, but just kind of like, little short, little snippets like, oh, here's some information. This is other things we have, or, what would you do
Yeah.
in a situation like that?
So for me, when I bring somebody in, immediately they get invited to the next Zoom that's taking place. And 99.9% of the time, 99.999% of the time, on that Zoom, someone's going to talk about something else besides X39 and Eon. They're going to bring up glutathione, or they'll talk about SP6, or they'll talk about IceWave. So we're always listening to testimonials from people on these Zooms. And so having them immediately come on, because I'm a real big, 2X39, 2 Eon in that core pack, or If I go advanced, I personally don't do the 4 and 4 because when we're having conversations during the initial, right, what patches do I get? What do I use? They've already told me other things that, that are going on with them that other patches could benefit. And so I always, if they're going advanced, I'll say, well, we're going to start with X39 Eon, but you're definitely going to want to add blank or blank in the next 30 to 60 days. So we're going to go ahead and put that in your cart as well too. So, I mean, I get it. 4 and 4 makes it easy, simple, but like you said, they're not ordering. So, because they have enough for 4 months of those two patches. So, the best thing is to invite to the Zooms, or if they're not available to come to the Zoom right away, like within the next day or two, then I ask them, can I send you the recording? Because I really want you to hear, or I'll go to the Telegram channel and I will pull different recordings based on whatever their issues were and I'll send those to them immediately. Again, 99% of the time, they're going to hear people talk about other patches besides X39 and Eon. I know it's not that I'm trying to sell them something, but we all know that they would benefit from more than just those two patches. I'm sure you guys would all agree, right? You've made a big impact in your life with more than just the X39 and Eon. So even if you go Cellergize route right now, I mean, you're not going to fill the cart with that, but yet. We're hoping that comes soon. But still, think about introducing them through the testimonials and through you plugging into whatever is going on with them with somebody else's testimonial that can give them that, wait, I want that too. I'm going to need that too. Yeah, that's what I do every time. But the key for all of your brand partners, even if they just want to be customers, is helping them get more information and not that you have to be the one talking it to them because then you may feel like you're the salesperson. So sending them the patch summary sheet. I mean, the product summary sheet, all of my people get the product summary sheet even before we place the order. And they're like, well, I could use everything on here. And I'm like, well, yeah, I know, me too. Got it. So we're going to start slow. So they come at me going, I want it all. And I'm like, nah, just hang on. Let's just start slow with this. And then we'll add as we go. Because remember, we're going in this journey, this health journey. We're going to add as we go along. Does that help? Hopefully that helps a little.
Very much. Thank you.
You're welcome. Great question. There is that little line there of tiptoeing between I don't want to feel like a salesperson, which no one does, but yet I want to add value to them. And so if you always stay focused on how can I, based on what this person said, how can I add more value to them? What information can I share with them to help them see, some options? Then you don't feel like a salesperson because you're giving information. They have to make the decision. What other questions do you guys have? Don't be shy. This is our last Zoom together doing this. I want to make sure you walk away from this and go, I got all my questions answered. I'm going 1-star director this week, or maybe I'm not going to pull it off this week, but I'm going to pull it off for the next week or two because that's what I'm going to do because we're on a mission. Christina?
Hi, Dr. Stacy. Great event this weekend, by the way. Thank you. So I have a few practitioners in my line, and they've used it for themselves, but they use all these other products. And they'll ask me a bunch of questions, and I'll give them the answers they ask for specifically per patch that they're questioning, or I'll tell them where to get it. I've invited them to our communities on Facebook, and then things sort of just die. And I'll follow up, and they're not having an easy way with their clients. I don't really know what my question is here. More like, how can I help drive them to drive their clients when they have a host of other options to give their clients?
Are they local to you?
No.
Okay. So one thing that we do, and it doesn't matter if you're local or not, but one thing we do with our practitioners is have them host a wellness event.
Okay.
So customer appreciation night, patches and prosecco night, depending on the practitioner, the type of office, what they're into, we remember what was her name? Gosh, what was her name, Laura? The osteopath, the doctor of osteopath, Dr. Kate. When we first got started, we had a Dr. Kate that was local. She doesn't live here anymore, but we did a couple events in her office. But I also have a lady on my team, Gloria. She has a chiropractor up in North Carolina, and they did a wellness event, and they just zoomed me in, and they watched me on the screen right there give the information. So that's one way to really get them involved is to suggest that they do something, or maybe they're already doing a wellness type event once a month. A lot of practitioners' offices do these things, but to incorporate the patches into that as well. And then I would ask them, maybe you know this already, but what are they using for marketing materials? Like, do they have a banner? Do they have something rolling across the TV? Do they have PDFs? Do they have trifold? So if they have nothing, then people really aren't going to be able to see or pick up anything, and they're probably not educated enough on it yet, maybe, or confident enough in that. That they are sharing. I mean, if they've got a lot of products there, then they're open to promoting a lot of things. It's not like this is one more thing that's too much for them. They're used to promoting this for this and this for this and this for this and this for this. So they just need to have that, these patches woven into that. So I would get the marketing materials. I would request that they get a banner or a big poster board that has before and after pictures, depends on what type of office it is, or the brochures. If it's about pain, we've got those. We've got X3949. So they just need to be more hands-on in their office with what they offer their clients, just like they're doing with the other products. Like, no one's going to pick up something off the shelf unless they know a little bit more about it.
Yep.
Right?
Okay, so I'll pull some PDFs down for them and just sort of have them blow them up themselves
Well,
and just have them at their offices.
but we have a marketing materials website.
That's what I mean. I'll go,
Yeah.
and they can order from the website. Got it, Sally.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. You don't want to, I mean, PDFs are perfectly fine, but everything's already really nice. Great cardstock
Yep.
quality. You just order from Sally and she ships it to them. So,
Okay.
so I would definitely focus on that marketing part. And then depending on what type of office they are, find a video that would be good, a short little video if they've got some type of TV or screen going. A lot of them do in their waiting rooms, something for people to be able to. And then the other thing outside of the wellness event is ask for that email list. Like, can we once a month, you have to be contacting your clients. You're not doing something for them. If you I'm not gonna say anything. Never mind. Okay, so if they're not, then you're gonna suggest that they allow you or you provide them with the information to once a month have a really great, comprehensive, but yet not overwhelming email that goes out to their entire client base.
Okay, I can do that. Yep.
Yeah, they should be emailing, contacting their clients. My chiropractor sends me a bi-monthly blog post of different things, different topics, different blah blah blah. I mean, yeah, so many different types of practitioners or doctors that I've purchased things from their companies online. I'm constantly getting their email marketing materials with their information and whatever they're promoting, right? With their product obviously attached to it. So that's a huge way to capture
Okay.
more business. If they're not doing it, maybe they're not quite yet up and running in their business.
Thank you. Yeah, we're baby practitioners, a few of us. But a couple of them have like one's an esthetician, another one is just sort of getting her feet wet. So I think this is a guiding light for all of us together. Thank you. Appreciate it.
You're welcome. Welcome, welcome. What other questions do you guys have? Jules?
Yeah, somebody asked me a great question today, and I wasn't sure of the answer, and that is with this promo and going for the one-star director. If they get the first week this week, can they then do the second week next week?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. They just have to make sure the week you hit it, because they've already turned in their information. Like, you had to have already turned in your information with showing you weren't one-star director. So say you hit one-star director this week, you would take all your screenshots. When you see that you've got 1,000 outside of it, 5,000 total GVU, and your list, on your paper, right and left, and then you would do that again next week when that is there in your back office. You would take all the same screenshots because the form is a form that requires both weeks consecutively in the same form.
Absolutely,
You
yes.
won't go back to that original form and resubmit anything in that. It's a new form that you have to ask for. You have to request it, like, I'm ready, I need my form. So I didn't just post it because I didn't want there being confusion with people going, wait a minute, I already filled out my form. Do I fill out this one too? So
Brilliant, brilliant. Okay, thank you so much.
you're
Fabulous.
welcome. You're welcome. All right. What other questions do you ladies and gentlemen have this evening?
Hi, Dr. Stacy. Uh,
Hey.
this is Judy Coleman. So I'm like a very, very, very beginner. I'm a brand partner, but I'm like beginning step A, I would say.
Okay.
Um, and I have some people, friends of mine that are in some great professions that I feel that would be able to blossom with this. What would you suggest that I drop off at their office, or do you suggest any type of pamphlets or flyers or information rather than just cold calling them? I mean, I can call them as well and just say, "Hey, I'm going to drop this off for you. I think you would really be interested in it and something that you would, you know, enjoy yourself
Mhm.
or, get a benefit from." And they are professionals. So I feel like they could really help others with it. What would you suggest that I do?
So professionals as in what? What type of
Like,
professionals?
okay, so there's a hypnotherapist, there's estheticians, there's cosmetology, there's facialists, there's um, yoga teachers. I've got a friend that has a hot yoga studio, and I know she's all into all of this, um, natural healing. And she also sells LMNT, which is, the right. So I'm thinking Sellergize for her to get
Mm.
in, like go above what that is and start with the seller. So that's what I'm talking about. Like, how would I go about talking to them,
Mm-hmm.
or would I ask them to have a three-way, or what would your suggestion be?
So first of all, the basic material that you have is the health tracker, the product summary sheet, and order form. That's basic for every single person. Okay. Do you have those?
Yeah, but why would you want to do, let me ask you, why would the health tracker be something that you would give somebody that isn't even familiar with the product yet?
Because that's going to tell them everything they need to know about X39.
Oh, the health tracker does? I thought that was something that we did personally. I guess I'm not clear on that.
Okay, so the health tracker, if I can pull this up here real quick for you guys.
Sure.
That is not something, yeah, I mean, yeah, you can definitely fill it out yourself to keep track of your progress, but the health tracker is something that we give to everyone to understand how this technology works. We don't use our words,
Okay.
we use tools. And this is a
Okay.
tool that we've used from day one. Yes, it does have this back on the back, which is great to map them out for their first 90 days, but it tells them how to use it, where to put it, what they would notice, and a little bit
Okay.
more of the in-depth of it and GHK, whatnot. So that's always a must. The other thing that we do is the product summary sheet. This is always a must because depending on, you mentioned lots of different types of offices, they could benefit from many of these different patches depending on what's going on in their office. So they need to see what else we offer besides the X39. And this is the snippet of what each of these does. Okay. Another thing that can be used, and we do a lot of times, is the what to expect sheet because people will ask, okay, so this is going to activate my stem cells. When am I going to feel something? What am I going to notice? What's really going to happen? And this kind of pops them out about that 12-month period. So this could be another initial thing you put into, like, say, a folder, right? And then we have our order form that would go in there as well, too. And That way they can see price wise, what am I paying? Okay, great.
Okay.
Wholesale prices, I'm going to sell this at retail. Yes, perfect. Okay, here's my retail price on this. And then, of course, our supportive patches are $79.95. But those are your bare bone basics. So
Okay.
after that, let's say you go into a chiropractor's office that focuses on sports recovery. They're into athletes. Okay, so you need 3949 information. That would be something very important to a chiropractor with wanting information about X3949. So, for example, this sheet right here would go into that folder. Okay.
Okay.
Or maybe they're into pain. They're a pain clinic. Okay, great. Then you're going to go to the Now site, startx39now.com, pull off the double-blind placebo-controlled peer-reviewed study from France that David even referenced this past weekend, where the hospital, the doctors couldn't get pain relief for their patients, and he patched all of 32 of them and got pain relief with IceWave immediately. So
Okay.
one study like that. If it's a esthetician's office, Alavita, go to
Alabama.
myalavita.com. Go to
Okay.
our clinical study and print off the clinical study on Alavita and have that in that folder. So something a little bit more specific to them. If they're into hormone balancing, then of course you can, print off the information on SP6 and how that works to balance your endocrine system. So just a few extra little nuggets. And again, that biz site, that marketing materials website that we have, look through that because you can see there are different marketing materials to share with different types of offices. That's the whole point of them, really, and vendor events. But then when you walk in, yeah, you can definitely make the call and say, hey, I'm coming in. I'm going to drop some stuff off to you. You really need to take a look at this. Then I go in, I may have a patch. That would be it. Your whole goal is to have some time to sit down with that person, have a conversation with them, and share this information and see what other information they want. So when I'm Zooming with practitioners, which I do on a daily basis, then I send them that information and then any extra things based on our conversation with what they want more information on. So if they're saying, I want all your double blind placebo controlled studies. Well, no problem. I can drop those to you in an email. I want all your information on athletes. No problem. Got it in an email. Let me just send that to you. So you want to be prepared with some things in your back pocket, for them to say, well, I need to know more about this. No problem. I don't have that information with me. What's your email? And then you come back to whoever is your upline, Judy, your senior director or above and say, hey, I need more information on this. Grab some testimonials. If they focus in on a certain type of, condition or issue or whatever in their office, maybe they're into autoimmune stuff. That's a dime a dozen, right? So many autoimmune testimonials. So you can say, hey, I'm going to send you some of these and then I'm going to drop by and we'll have a conversation, or you can send them after the fact. But just think in terms of whatever their office is promoting and that we have materials or testimonials for each individual type of office, no matter what their niche area is. Dentists, no problem. We've got all kinds of pictures of and testimonials of people with their tooth. What we just heard Tracy, right? Lori and Tracy. He was like, they want to take everything out, redo his whole mouth, right? You guys heard that last week. So or the week before last. I mean, we've got all the testimonials and all the information to be able to share. You want doctors' videos? I mean, go to my YouTube. I've interviewed hundreds of doctors about so many different topics that would absolutely be able to be applicable to whatever's going on in their situation as well.
Great. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Michelle, did you have a question? Or did
Hi,
your
Dr. Stacy. How are you?
Good. Did your cute pooch there have a question?
Yes, she did. Ruff, ruff. she's a funny dog. Oh, she's coming. Hey, I got a question for you. I think I left you a message regarding this. I've been trying to get to the 5,000 points, and there was a preferred customer that signed up. Her orders came through, and then she ordered 4 more of the specials, which brought my points well above where I needed to be. And I called the corporation. It's still showing that I'm not active with her. And they don't see the reason why either. And she got the items. Where do I go from here? Because the corporation said, it says that is active on their end, but it's not active on my end. It's still X.
But she's not a brand partner.
No, she's a preferred.
She's a preferred customer. So the preferred customer order, you would see in your commissions tab that you were paid off of that whenever she placed that order.
Okay.
So did you look in your commissions tab to see if you were paid for it?
I did not.
Okay,
I
so
didn't.
go back to that week in your commissions tab and you will see whatever she ordered, they will pay you. Like if you order an X39, you get $20. So
Okay.
if you order those promos, I don't know, I don't remember what they're paying out for those off the top of my head right now, but it'll show you in your commissions tab from a couple weeks ago. Okay?
Okay.
And it'll be under retail bonus.
Retail bonus. Okay.
Yeah,
All
because
right,
that's a
thank you.
retail bonus. But the volume from her order won't drop in to your tree on the side that has a lesser volume until the first of the month. So that will not be until next Monday that volume drops into your tree.
Oh, okay. That's what I was wondering. All right, because it still shows that there's an X. That's what
Well,
I
it's
was
going to show
looking
an
for.
X unless she has an auto ship. Does she have but it's going to show an X for you, but it's not going to show an X for her. Preferred customer's not going to have an X.
Okay.
She's on an auto ship. So if
Yes.
yours shows a red X, then you need to make sure you're active.
Yeah, I am active.
Okay, then you're not on an auto ship then, correct?
No, I should do that too.
Yeah, that's why you're a red X. You have, if you're a green check, if you're on an auto ship as a brand partner, but we don't see PCs the same way we see BPs in the back office. So you wouldn't see her with an X or a check like that.
Okay.
Yeah,
All
because the PCs aren't in your tree. Like you can see them under your enroller team report, but you can't see them in your tree.
Oh, okay. Now that makes some sense. Okay, thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Appreciate that.
You're welcome. All right, you guys, we have 1 minute. Any last question? Anything, you guys are just itching to know?
I've got a quick question on that she just brought up. So for preferred customers, are they open to the promotions like the one we had, get X39.49, get the Eon for free?
Yep.
They are. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Yeah. All right. So thank you guys for being here this evening. Thank you
Stacy,
for those of you. Oh, yes.
Stacy, I'm so sorry. How do people contact you with those forms? Do you want a messenger? Do you want a text? Do you want an email? How do you want to be contacted with those?
With what forms?
So let's just say they've got to send you their screenshots and, let you know that they've qualified 2 weeks in a row. Do you want those emailed to you? Do you want messenger thread? How do you want to be contacted?
No, they have to fill out the JOT form.
Okay, so they'll have to ask you for the JOT form?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, all right. I was just asking for someone. Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. All right, so thank you guys for being here this evening. Thank you for being here the last 4 weeks, 5 weeks during this promotion. And I'm looking forward to seeing how many more of you qualify by the end of Sunday and next Sunday as well, too, because I know there'll be some this will be your first week. So we'll be watching this for the next couple weeks. If you have any other questions, if you need any other help or assistance, please reach out. All of your upline are here to help you and support you, including myself, and we want to do everything we can to help you reach your goals. So thank you for being a part of this journey, for being committed, and for being here tonight. We'll see you guys tomorrow night on Zoom.